Hey there, this is Heather with twoblooms.com, and in this Lightroom tutorial I'm going to show you how to edit for a fun and colorful look. So I'm going to be demonstrating with this photo today. It was taken in raw format right about golden hour, so not a ton of light in the foreground, just a lot of backlighting. So I slightly underexposed this image to keep the details in the skin tones, and I'm going to show you how we're going to end up with this edit. Something very bright, colorful, cheerful, and very happy, since this is a very happy moment. So let's get started. So I'm going to start in the basic panel, and I'm just going to change my white balance because it's just a little dull, a little bit blue. I'm just going to change it a little bit, make it warm it up a bit. So that might be too much. We'll start with this, and it does look a tinge green, so I'm just going to counteract that with a little bit of magenta. We'll start with this for now. Alright, so everything looks good. I am going to first apply a preset. So when I want to edit for these fun, colorful photos, I'm going to come to my Life in Color collection, and let's just scroll down. I really like this Radical preset. Now it does have a bit of a matte look to it, and I'm going to change that up in a minute. But I would like to add in some whites for more, just to add a little bit more of a punch to the color. Maybe add in some blacks. That looks good, and a little bit of vibrance. Now when I'm doing this, it is making my color a lot more bold, but we are going to tone down these greens a little bit too. So I'm going to come to my tone curve, and I'm just going to decrease that matte look a little bit. And that looks good. So my next step is going to be the HSL panel, and I'm going to just tone down these greens a slight bit. I'm going to pick this luminance little marker and just click on my greens and scroll my mouse down a little bit. See how it's taking some of that brightness out of the greens. So that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to come over to my hue and just do the same thing with my greens and just change the color slightly so you can see how the greens and the yellows have changed just a little bit. And then I'm going to come over here to my saturation because I don't want all this crazy green going on. I'm going to just slightly desaturate it. So that looks pretty good. I do like the greens to be toned down a little bit, so I'm just going to decrease the exposure just a tad. Now when I'm doing this, I love the way that the grass looks. It's perfectly exposed for my liking, but my subjects are still kind of dark. So I'm going to come over here to this center light preset, and it's just going to add a little bit of light right in there. Now if that's not enough for you, I'm going to finish this off with just an adjustment brush. I've already have my Dodge brush selected, and I'm just going to go over my subjects. And if that's not enough, I can just increase the exposure just a little bit, and that might be too much. There we go. So that's looking good. And then, you know, if you need a little bit more color, you can play around with contrast and your whites and your blacks. That's going to boost the color even more. So just with a couple of presets, a few tweaks here and there, we went from this very dull raw image to this really bright, fun, colorful image. So hopefully you found this tutorial useful and that you can use it in your photo editing. I really encourage you to check out some more videos on my YouTube channel and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a beat. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.